Hey, what's up, guys? It's Folo Faja, and I'm back for lesson 2 on leadership, intro, basics of leadership. And for lesson 2, we are going to discuss the leadership styles. And basically, although there's many different types of leadership styles, there's different ways to lead groups or squads. There are three basic and commonly used ones. The first one would be the authoritarian style. I'm going to get into describing them later. There's the democratic style, there's the free reign, laissez faire style, and those are basically the three. So each style of leadership has a different effect on its followers, and each one calls for different scenarios. No leadership style is necessarily most preferred, but what calls for the situation at hand. Basically, whatever achieves the objective faster and better. Be aware that each style of leadership may or may not work on certain groups of people. So it really depends on the follower's preference or how they trust you. So, firstly, let's describe each style of leadership. The authoritarian style. I like saying that word. Authoritarian. Yeah. The authoritarian style. Basically, the authoritarian style is I describe it similar to military style leadership, or dictatorship, whatever you perceive it as. It's authority, and authority is linked with leadership. But in my personal opinion, um, being in ROTC, um, being in the fire department, and doing other activities that involve a ranking structure, authority is a poor example for leadership. Just because you're a rank, it doesn't mean that you can really say what a person do or does. Your job is the experience to help them. It's not to take control necessarily of them. But sometimes this type of leadership does call for certain scenarios. The decisions will be made by the central leader or the highest ranking individual. And what it basically does is it permits quick decision making in times of crisis. Because, I'm pretty sure that if I was with a group of friends right now and some idiot decides to, drive by and shoot all around here, does a drive-by and like shoots up my window with like a submachine gun or something, I'm not gonna sit down and say, guys, we're being shot at, so somebody give me some ideas here, because Kenny he's not looking so good right now. No, it's not gonna work that way. I'm gonna immediately grab someone, I'm gonna pull him down, and I'm gonna tell everybody to get down. I'm the leader of that situation. I just took an authoritarian style of leadership where I just permitted myself as the formal leader of the group or whatever. Or it can work with a drill sergeant in the armed forces telling you to get down and do push ups. He's using his authority over you to make you do something. So that's basically authoritarian style. Democratic style is pretty self explanatory. Um, if you live within the United States, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you probably do if you've studied it, depending on how your country's run. But the democratic style is the decision making that includes an entire group. And it's not just the leader making the decisions, it's really actually sitting down with the group of people you're leading or the group of people you're talking to and getting ideas and like little pieces from everyone and then creating a plan. And sometimes that's probably the most commonly used, the democratic style. There's not going to be a guy that's going to shoot at my window randomly like that. But what it does is it builds up cooperation and it motivates the group positively and effectively. It helps the leader also to really make a smart decision in times of crisis. So yeah, that's democratic style. Free reign style. Ironic to actual leadership, this style permits total freedom to the group or colony, letting them decide on practically anything, with the simplicity of the leader possibly just observing his or her people. Still with the rank of a formal leader. This style is helpful in letting others choose their own paths on what goals they want to do, allowing them to unlock inner strength and motivation to achieve those desires. Um, Basically, to break down the free reign style, is you may hold the formal sanction of a leader, such as if you're a teacher, or if you're the principal, or if you're a sergeant in the military and you're in charge of a squad, or you're the manager at CBS. In this style, you really don't tell your group to do anything. If your group or your squad is trained well enough, they should already know what the objective is, and they should already know how to work together to formulate a plan. This type of leadership is used to really evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of each individual of the squad, because you're only as strong as your weakest link, and that shit is so fucking true. Trust me, I've done wrestling, and it really sucks if that one guy doesn't stand up when the coach is saying to stand up, and then we have to go back down and do push-ups on a sweaty ass mat, with pubic hair and disgusting teeth and blood all over it. I'm not, I don't even want to get into that. So basically the free reign style is mostly used to evaluate. It's used to observe, and it's very good to basically understand your group or your squad and how they work together, what conflicts are in the group and how they can be resolved, or how you can exploit their strengths, how you can shift their weaknesses into strengths. So yeah, each style calls for a different scenario. You have to be the judge of that, though. If you're the leader, formal or informal, you're the judge of what type of leadership you may use. Sometimes it may be situational, where you're choosing one and that's that, but sometimes you really may have a thought. If I could break it down, sometimes the authoritarian style may be conflicted with the democratic style, because if a leader is telling his group to do something and they're actually saying, no, that's a really, really bad idea and this is why, and they discuss it, then that means the democratic style was the most preferred for that time, which means the authoritarian style was not the right time to use that style of leadership. So yeah, and that's basically it. So yep, that's lesson 2, and I hope you found this video I hope you found this video very helpful and informative. I'm trying to keep my videos formal, but at the same time, I'm a goofy idiot, and I have no life, and I have no friends, and I'm single. So I like to have a little fun in my videos. But yeah, I'm going to be making a lesson 3 video, so just keep watching, and eventually you're going to know what it takes to be a leader. So thanks for watching my video, and take care.